Hi, and welcome to Ida and her books. I'm Ida, and these are my books. Today, you may notice that my Harry Potter shelf is mysteriously kind of empty. That is because I have the pile of books right here in front of me. Today, I will be ranking the 7 Harry Potter books according to which one I think is the best to the worst. I am doing this because I am planning on re-listening to all the audiobooks, to the entire series, and so I wanted to rank the books now when it's been about 2 years since I listened to the books last time, and see how my ranking changes after next time I listen to it. For starters, I'm not counting Cursed Child as one of the Harry Potter books. Only the 7 original books are being ranked today, because even though it is marketing itself as the 8th Harry Potter book, the 8th story, it isn't. It's not a part of the original series, it has nothing to do with it, and this has nothing to do with this video. Let's get started. Number 7 is the Half-Blood Prince, the 6th book in the series, and this is because when I read these books the first time, I read them as they came out in Swedish. I read this one and I just didn't like it. Nothing happened, it was boring, I didn't understand anything. It's like, to me it felt like it was just a book to build a bridge between the 5th and the 7th. It was exposition and exposition and exposition, and that's the only thing that happened. And I was so bored with it. When the time came to watch the movie, a few years later, I didn't remember anything from the book. And then I watched the movie and I was like, oh, things actually happened. But as well, when I reread the books a couple of years ago, it's just not my favorite. It's still kind of boring, actually. 6th book on my list is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I have this as 6th on my list because it is the first book, it's the shortest, and so I feel like they haven't really gotten started yet. Harry is still very young, he's very immature, he's very naive, and I feel like as he grows up and develops, so does the story. And yeah, so this is very good, but not as good as the others. 5th best book is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and this is 5th on my list for partly the same reasons as the first one. He's still young, immature, he's kind of stupid, but I still like it more than the first one, and I think you're starting to get a sense of the overarching story that these books are about. I like that you get more information, you get more, more things happen, and when rereading them you can also go back to as early as these books, 1st and 2nd, and see that J.K. Rowling has planted seeds that get picked up later in the series, so it never seems like she just comes up with something out of nowhere. And that is so fun to see in these early books. 4th best book is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Because angsty Harry is so annoying, and he's so much worse in the movies. But in the book as well, he's really angsty and really moody and really angry, and it's understandable, but it's annoying to read about. I like the story, I like what's happening, things are starting to get serious in these books. It's getting darker, it's getting, the stakes are higher, and so I really like this one. 3rd on my list is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is 3rd on my list because there's so much going on. You get to find out more about the outside world, outside of Britain, outside of Hogwarts. This is a book that, considering I've seen the movies so much more than I read the books, it gets kind of forgotten because the movie is shit. It's the movie's like a summary of the book, It's just like the important plot points, nothing else. And so I really like the book because it goes so much in depth into everything that's going on, and it's so much going on, and the characters, and yeah, same as previous one, the stakes are getting higher, people are dying, things are getting serious, and I like that. My second favorite book is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It is second on my list because it is the climax of the story. It's a book that you spend so many years waiting for. It is the ending, and it's amazing. This is a book that when I read it the first time, spoilers for this book, but I hope everyone's read it already if you're watching this. From the moment that Hedwig dies very early on in chapter The Seven Harrys, I started crying, and then I didn't stop crying until I finished the book, because it was so sad and so emotional, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. And when I listened to the audiobook of this one, I remember I listened to a lot of audiobooks when I was on the bus or traveling or like in transit and such. And and I'm on the bus and I'm like 2 stops from where I'm getting off, and they get to that scene, the chapter The Seven Harrys, and I realized that they're getting close to the moment when Hedwig's dying, and I'm just like, I have to get off the bus before that happens, because I don't even know if I'm gonna cry when listening to the audiobook, but if I do, I don't want to be on the bus. And so my absolute favorite Harry Potter book of all 7 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It is when things are starting to happen. The first 2 are like preparing you for, it's like showing you the world and like introducing you to Harry Potter and the wizarding world. And this one, things are just starting to get serious. It's getting darker, there's a lot of stuff going on, there's a lot of questions, there's so much going on behind the scenes that Harry doesn't know that are starting to surface in this book. And rereading them as an adult, when I listened to them last time, I listened to them and I have to remind myself over and over again, he's just 13. He's a baby. And all of these things are happening to him, and he's so small, and he shouldn't have to go through all of this. Even in the last book, he's just 17, and it's nothing. And so, having gone through all of this is just, yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just amazing, and I like it so much. That is my ranking of the Harry Potter books. I hope you enjoyed that. I will be remaking this video when I've listened to all of the books. I'm gonna try when I do that and make notes and annotations and write down my thoughts about it as I go, so I have something more concrete to tell you when I get back to making this video. But I hope you enjoy this. Leave a comment down below with which books are your favorites. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!